Well, I didn't know him very well on Antichrist. I have the impression I know him a little bit better, not much.
Well, I know you a lot better from all different angles.
Yes, but yes. I didn't have that
chance. Hello, I'm Marissa Anita from Metro TV Indonesia. I have questions for Mr. Von Trier and, of course, Ms. Dunst. I have 2 questions for you, Mr. Von Trier. I read that previously you did not realize that when you saw the poster, you weren't very happy about your film. And my question is, are you now happy with your film and how it turns out? And the second one is...
One step at a time. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, second step.
Second step. And then the second one, do you think Melancholia is a strong contender for the Palme d'Or?
Oh, yes, I do.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The other...
And I enjoy it, and I hope I'm making many more films with Lars.
Yes, because now I found another way to cast Udo. I typecast him as a homosexual.
So and that helped,
that helped very much. Yeah, your performance is fantastic, Udo. I don't know where you get it from.
Thank you very much.
Question over here.
But I would like to talk about my next film, which is, Kirsten insisted, going to be a porn film. And we made this very famous beaver shot in the film where Kirsten demanded to be naked. And I said, but it doesn't really fit the film. And she says, no. This is, I feel strongly for this. And I said, okay, let's put it in. And now she wants more. You know, that's how women are. And Charlotte is behind this. They want a really, really, really hardcore film this time. And I'm doing my best. I will. I said, but then let's make a lot of talking in between. They should have a lot of dialogue, and they say we don't give a shit about the dialogue. We just want to, you know, yeah, have a lot of very, very, very unpleasant sex, and that's what I'm writing right now. So and it's going to be 3 or 4 hours long. And the only reason for that is that this press conference will be a little later. So I can sleep a little longer. Yeah.
And the second question is, you do make a lot of disturbing melancholy films, but you're very funny in person. Why aren't you making comedies?
Because when I make comedies, they become very melancholic also. So, this was, in fact, a comedy.
This was a comedy?
Yeah, this was a comedy, so you don't want to see... You
don't want to see the drama?
You don't want to see a tragedy. Yeah, that I'm going to exploit in the porn film with Kirsten. And she agrees on that also, that the Eastern Church is very important. The whole discussion about the Eastern Church is very important for her orgasms. In the film, of course, they're all fake. They're all fake.
Question here.
Yeah.
The lady.
Charlotte is not fake. But that is 2 different, kind of ways of acting. It's a French versus kind of the more...
Sir, the lady over there.
I shouldn't talk about Spider-Man now? No.
You're the one who casts every Spider-Man member in your films.
Yes, I have this thing about
Willem,
Spider.
Bryce.
Yes, I know.
Toby next.
Yes, he will be in the porn film.
Sir.
Sure. Yes, the only thing I can tell is that I thought I was a Jew for a long time and was very happy being a Jew. Then later on came Susanne Bier, and then suddenly I wasn't so happy about being a Jew. No, that was a joke. Sorry. But it turned out that I was not a Jew, and even if I'd been a Jew, I would be kind of a second-rate Jew, because there are kind of a hierarchy in the Jewish population. But anyway, I really wanted to be a Jew, and then I found out that I was really a Nazi, because my family was German, Hartmann. Which also gave me some pleasure. So I'm kind of
Sir?
What can I say? I understand Hitler. But I think he did some wrong things. Yes, absolutely. But I can see him sitting in his bunker in the end. But there will come a point at the end of this. There will come. I will. No, I'm just saying that I think I understand the man. He's not what you would call a good guy, but I understand much about him, and I sympathize with him a little bit. Yes, but come on, I'm not for the Second World War, and I'm not against Jews. Susanne Bier is no, not even Susanne Bier. That was also a joke. I am, of course, very much for Jews. No, not too much, because Israel is a pain in the ass. But still. How can I get out of this sentence?
By another question.
I am.
Here's your salvation.
There's just. No, I just want to say about the art of the. I'm very much for Speer. Speer I liked. Albert Speer I liked. He was also maybe one of God's best children, but he had some talent that was kind of. Possible for him to use during. Okay, I'm a Nazi.
Completely different note. Peter Howell, Toronto Star newspaper. A question for Mr. Von Trier. Mr. Von Trier, Melancholia, would you consider this your answer to the Hollywood blockbuster? And if not, could you envision doing a film on a grander scale than this?
On a grander scale? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we Nazis, we we have a tendency to try to do things on a greater scale. Yeah, maybe you could persuade me into the final solution with journalists. No, I'm
well, on that very, very strange note, I'm afraid our time is up. Thank you very much, you all, for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Lars. That was intense.
Come on. Yes.